Okay, are we ready? So today we are going to do, Kieran and I are going to do a little video on basics of kickboxing. So the purpose of this video is just to get basic fundamental down for some of the students and parents out there as well that are watching this. And hopefully you get a little bit of a basic, a little bit of a knowledge, and then that will that information, those skills will be used for later videos. So this one here is called Basics of Kickboxing, and we are going to keep it very basic, very simple, and we'll go from there. Just a reiteration here is that normally Nunu is the one who teaches the kids classes and all kid-related material. Unfortunately, she can't come in because of stipulations with her work. So we are in here doing this. No one has been in here for the last 2 weeks, and Kieran is here, and he's going to help us with this video. Are you ready, buddy? Okay. So how do we start the class? Feet together, fingertips together, and bow. So as we said, this is Kieran. My name is Ian, and this is part of Twin Dragon Kung Fu Kickboxing Club. We're going to start off with a little bit of a warm-up. So we're going to do 30-second activities, and every 30 seconds we switch the activities, and the warm-up is just meant to get a light blood flow going into our muscles, followed by a stretch, and then we'll get into some of the basics. So we're using a little timing device here, and that timing device will help us in switching through the activities. And later on in some other videos, I'm going to be speaking on the about this timing device. So for now, we're going to start it off. You ready? First one we're going to do is jumping jacks, and we're going to face that way right there. Ready? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Jumping jacks. And remember, it's at a slower pace at the warm-up. You don't want to get tired out right away. And remember to stay on that. That's great. There we go. And the next one after this is going to be feet back. You're trying to kick yourself in the bum bump. Go for it. So just jogging on the spot. Try to get those heels right back. Hit yourself in the bum bump. Keep going. And then from here, we're going to just kick it out knee height. Knee height. One foot and the other. From here, we're going to go into a lunge. Ready? We're going to go down, back up, knee. Down, back up, knee. Down, back up, knee. Down, back up, knee. You can take it in 2 steps. From here, back down, back up, and then knee. Down, back up, knee. Or take it in one motion. Two, back, knee, back, knee, keep going, back, knee, back, knee. Okay, from here in a fighting position, just rock it forwards. Okay, keep going, buddy. Keep going. Take a little break and go get water. And go do that and come back up. Okay. Just back and forth, left foot forward. Switch. Right side forward. So with the basics of this, what I'm looking for is that your back leg is not hidden. Your left hand in this case, as your right leg's forward, your left hand is touching your jaw, and your right hand's out in front of you. Just check, make sure that everything's fine. And you're rocking it back and forth. We're gonna go back to jumping jacks. We're going to do a swing punch, swing, swing, should be a dead arm. Just if you're doing this, make sure that no one is beside you and all items are cleared out of the way as well. We're going to go to knee. That's the end of the cool, or the warm-up. From here, we're going to then get into a light stretch. Let's start with our neck and do some neck rolls. Do about 10 of those. Then we do some arm circles. Get them a little smaller and a little smaller still. And backwards. And start off large and then get smaller. Or you can start small and get large. You're just changing the angle of the movement. And from here, we're going to go to our elbows. And out of direction. Now we're going to go into our wrists. From here, wrist out in front. We're going to do this circle rotations. That's it. Just the wrist. Do 10 circles one way, and switch 10 the other way. Next up is our hips. Hands on your hips, feet about shoulder width apart. Good, and we're going to do nice big circles. So important to make sure we're stretching before we get into a workout. And other one. The type of stretching we're doing right now is called dynamic stretching. So we're just getting ready for some physical activity. Good. Ready? Hands on the knees. And we're going to do circles from here. Like I said, about 10 to 15 circles. And the other way. Good. Now we're going to do, the last one we're going to do is our ankles. So pretend you've got a giant paintbrush on the end of your ankle, or the end of your toe, and you're going to draw the number 0. First, when you do this, you're going to notice that it's very difficult. You do get easier, and it does get easier after. Switch directions. Once your body and your mind start working together, then the movement becomes a lot easier. Okay, now try the other foot, Kieran. Put your foot out. And we're going to try circles with this one. Okay, switch directions. Good. Okay. Good. I think we're ready. You ready? All right. So back to basics is looking at some of the basic punches and kicks. So we're going to stick with front kicks today, lead leg front kick and back leg front kick. We're also going to learn about jab, cross, uppercut, hook, and a lead leg block. And also a parry, or known as a sweep. And those are the basic elements of kickboxing, and once you know those, then you can start working them in different combinations, and that will come a little bit later in some other videos. The first one I want to go over is the fighting stance. So the fighting stance, if you look at that, a good way to do the fighting stance, if you turn and face the mirror, Kieran, when you do this one, and put your left leg in front of it. Beautiful. So things I'm looking for here is that his left leg's out in front, his right leg is back here, okay? And he's in this position here. And as he's doing this, he's going to have his right hand on his cheek.
I'll go back out. Do what you gotta do, we'll talk about it.
Sounds good, Sifu. That's Sifu Lou Giuliani, who owns the club, just coming in for a second. And we're going to have that hand right here. And this is going to be just us two, yeah.
Okay, good.
And we're going to have this here, beautiful, right like that. That's the guard position. Maybe a little bit tighter on the leg. Bring your leg back a bit. Right about there. Perfect. You can see that. That is identical, or that is exactly what I want to see, is that. So we have that going on there. His hands are up here, and he's in his fighting position. So the first motion is going to be a jab. So when we throw a jab, that's your lead arm. We're going to throw it out, Karen, good. And as we're doing that, if you look, he is leading with his first two knuckles. Good, go ahead, keep going. Keep going, good. And breathe out as it comes. I'm going to switch hands, go to opposite hand, that's it. Use that, yeah, go ahead. Good, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job, buddy, give me 5. Okay, so the jab, as we're throwing that jab out, that jab is going to come from here. You're in a guard position. We throw the jab out, and it comes back. Each time you throw it out, breathe out as you do this. You're leading with your first two. Now we're going to do the next one. So that one you can have some fun with. Do maybe 10, 15 reps of it, and then you'll be ready to move on to the next one. The next one we're going to do is a cross. So from here, Kieran's standing on your spot here. The jab is the lead hand, so show me the jab once again. Go that way, show me the jab. Left leg forward, left leg forward. Good. Okay, and then the cross is your backhand, so show me the backhand as it comes in. So go cross. That's it, go for it. Jab. Left hand, good. Cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross, jab, cross. Okay, that's it, good. So the cross, as we were saying, is this part right here. As your backhand comes off your chin, your backhand is going to come, you're going to turn, twist, left hand protects your jaw, and then you're going to throw that cross out. So we come back from here. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Come on up here and let's try 10 of them, buddy. Here we go. Ready? We're going to go for 10. Ready? 10, jab, cross. Ready? Left leg forward. Left leg forward. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good job, buddy. Now we're going to move on to the next punch. And the next punch, you know what that's going to be? Do you know what it's going to be? What's the one where you come from underneath and you do that? Uppercut. That's right, we're going to do an uppercut. Okay? So stand on your spot right here. So an uppercut, as we're doing the uppercut punch, the whole idea of the uppercut is to get in close, or if you are in close, is to come up underneath the chin. So the uppercut from here, as we're doing this with our left stance forward, okay, it's going to use our legs a lot to bend down from this. It's not our arm doing the big swing, as some people think. Your arm does move, but only a small amount, It's more your legs. You're dipping down and then coming up. So from here, as we do the cross, we're going to bend our legs down a little bit, turn our hand and turn our body, and as we come up, we're coming up underneath the chin, and it's just a little just a little up from there. And throw in the opposite one as well. Uppercut, 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 uppercut. Notice the weight change in the legs as well. Uppercut, uppercut. Okay. You ready, buddy? Give it a shot. You ready? Come on over here, right on your spot. And let's go uppercut, uppercut. 4, 5, one other hand. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more, 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job, buddy. Okay. Now the next one that we're going to try is a hook. Come on up here. You can do this one. It's a hook. So we have jab, cross, then we have the uppercut, uppercut, okay? And the hook is coming onto the side. So when you do the hook, you're actually, from here, turning and twisting your body. Just like all movements with regards to kickboxing, it's not just your arms doing it, it's your body behind it as well. Always leading with the first 2 knuckles. So from here, the hook, we're going to turn our body, and as we turn, arm comes up, and we're hooking sideways. Try not to have it go way far past the middle. It should stop right around your nose area. So hook one way, you can even hook the other way. Bringing your elbow up, and your forearm should be parallel to the ground. Always keeping the weight on the balls of your feet. Okay, now we're going to go for 10 of those. You ready? Go with the one hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slow it down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 5 more. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job, buddy. Okay. Now we're going to move on to some kicks. You ready for some kicks? Okay. All right. Come on back on here, pal. Okay, so we're going to try what's called a lead leg front kick. Now, all the movements we're doing right now are on the left side to begin with. My strong recommendation is anything that we do on the left side, also make sure you do on the right side as well, so that you don't develop one side stronger than the other. You want to develop both sides. Okay, so let's start with our left leg forward. Okay, in fighting position, Kieran. Okay, and we're going to bring our leg up, and we're going to do a lead leg front kick. Let me see how that works. Go for it. Good. Okay, so what I want you to try, knee up, up and out. All in one motion. Good. Okay, now try to maintain that fighting position, and we're going to do 10 of those. Are we ready? Let's go. And 1. Making sure that your foot comes right back down into that fighting position. Okay? So look in the mirror and check in and see. So we're going to go for 10. Ready? And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure you got that guard. Good. Back up a bit. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay. That's the lead leg. Now we're going to try the back leg. Back leg, as you're doing the back leg front kick, a couple variations. One, you can do a kick where you land forward. Another one is you can have the kick come back to your fighting position. We're going to try that one. So by those I mean, if you're doing a back leg kick, back leg front kick, you can have it come up and then land forward into that fighting position. Or, as you do the back leg kick, if you have the kick, you bring it right back to that fighting position. Or, and coming forward. All right, let's try 10 back leg front kicks, Kieran. Are we ready? Okay. Facing the mirror, guard up. Ready, and 1. 2. 3. Up. Good. 4. 5. Kids also have a tendency when they're doing this, as they kick, to do the following and drop their guard. Okay? So keep an eye on for that. You want to have the guard up as you're doing the front kicks. Ready, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The last thing that we're going to do, or the two last things we're going to do, is working on a little bit of defense. So far we've worked on some offense, some jab, some cross, some uppercut, some hooks, and we've worked on our lead leg front kick and our back leg front kick. Now, if someone is trying to kick you, or you're trying to move, you're trying to avoid that situation, there's a few ways that we can do this. Number one, the best way to avoid a kick is simply to not be there. Step to the side or move further back. Another way, which we'll get into a little later, is by redirecting the kick. And the third way, sometimes you may have to take that kick, and that's where the lead leg block comes in. So when we're doing a lead leg block, I'm going to have Kieran here help demonstrate it. So come on up on your spine here, pal. Face the mirror. Lead leg block. Left leg is forward. Your lead leg is just going to come up, and it comes right up in between your body here, and it just helps to jam that kick. And you're putting it right back down into that fighting position. No, it's not a kick, so just bring it straight up. Just watch that here. Watch. Bring it straight up, back down. Go for it. That's it. Good. And we're going to go for 10 of these. I can't. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it right up. 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure your guard's still there. And 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. So that's a lead leg block. I'll show you from this angle here. As you're in the fighting position here, always keep the weight on the balls of your feet, and your lead leg is going to come up and right back down. Right here. As I was saying, another way you can avoid when someone kicks, the best thing to do is to move out of the way. If you can't move out of the way, as I said, sometimes you may need to jam the kick, like we just did right now with the lead leg block. And then the third thing that we're going to try to attempt to do is what's called a parry, and it's a redirecting. It's kind of like sweeping the leg out to the side. And we're going to do that one with a technique known as a parry. Kieran, you want to help demonstrate this? Okay, so as we're here, we're in fighting position, facing this way. Okay, your hips are going to come back and suck in like this. This is what your lower body is doing. Kieran, come on up over here and help demonstrate this with Daddy. So we're going to go from here. We're going to bring our lead leg in, just like this. Okay? As we do that, we're also going to sweep our hand across. So the sweep goes right across from here. Think of your hand as a minute hand or a second hand in a clock. And what we're going to do from here is our hand is going to start at 12. It goes all the way across past 3, past 6, and out to 9. And we're either doing that with a closed fist, or some people like to do a cupped hand and redirect it that way. But the whole idea is to direct the kick out to the side. Okay, so suck in from here, and as that comes in, Kieran, try a few of these. The whole idea, if we're watching Kieran here, is that if I kick, he's going to then redirect. Go ahead. And he sends me off to the outside. Okay? Good job, buddy. Okay, so just a quick review. Fighting position. Okay? We always want to keep the weight on the balls of the feet. Guard. I always tell the kids, put a little glue on, pretend you got a little glue on your hand, stick it to your chin. And then we put a little glue on our elbow, bring that into our ribs. Our other hand comes up from here, and it's right out in front. Okay? And the weight is on the balls of the feet. We have a jab. We have a cross. Okay? Notice how the guard is always protected. We have an uppercut. As we're looking at it, we want to make sure that our hand comes directly off our chin. Okay? Try not to have it drop here and then come up. We also have hooks. And you put those all together in the upper body, we have jab, cross, uppercut, hook. Jab, cross, uppercut, hook. Jab, cross, uppercut, hook. Back to the, down to the lower body, we have lead leg front kick. Making sure your guard is in position, putting your foot right back in a fighting position. Back leg front kick. Once again, back leg front kick, same thing. You can step forward with it, or have it come right back. Put them all together. Jab, cross, uppercut, hook, lead leg, back leg. Jab, cross, uppercut, hook, lead leg, back leg. In terms of defending, quick review of that, we have the lead leg block. We have the parry coming across here. And that is basically the basics of kickboxing. There are so many more things to learn and discuss, but I think we'll end it with that one there. So if you can get used to those moves, get familiar with those, other videos that we have will incorporate those basic moves. One other one that I didn't go over, which was the knee, which is will show up in some other videos coming in the future, but I think this will be a good way to end it for today. So Kieran, you want to come on over here? And we're going to end the little instructional video right here. And how do we end the class? Feet together. Fingertips together. Good job.